Indeed.
I'll shoot you my cash app after the show, bro.
Eric had already beat you to it.
Technically, I beat you though.
Oh damn!
Pause.
You missed it in the beginning.
It don't count if I didn't hear it.
Hey, run it back.
Wow, that is some shit you would say.
When we listen to it next week on the replay, you got it.
You think I go back and rewatch these? Bro, you crazy? Got time for this? Oh, ladies and loyals, welcome back to another installment of Coffee and Kush, the best show not on earth. Episode 30.
30.
Look, so we are back in the building. It's your boy CJ MCing this thing again. Got my co-pilot back in the building, JD, Dame Dollar, EP, special guest, friend of the show, Laura on the page, Demetri. Shout out to you, my brother.
Thank you. Thank you
for pulling up. Demetri is one of the people that make that page go and got all these people jumping in. If you're not subscribed, if you're not a part of the Coffee and Kush page, especially on Facebook, but you don't know what you're missing. Laughs. I mean, we get serious sometimes, but it's mostly laughter. If you are feeling bad, just go through our page and pop some popcorn and enjoy. Fellas,
I don't even like Facebook, and am I allowed to say that? They're about to edit me out.
We got people who don't even use Facebook jumping on Facebook, creating fake logins just to get on the page.
I don't do Facebook, but I show be on that page laughing my ass off.
Little recap of the show we had today. You know, as usual, we went through our shout outs. We talked about black women winning Emmys and shunning Netflix. Jermaine Dupri. We talked basketball too for our hoopers out there. Which condition is worse to play with? A bad ball, no net, double rim, or a windy day? We talked Ninja Turtles. I learned today that Voltron gave us Power Rangers. I had no clue. So I had to put some respect on Voltron's name. But you got to go back and listen to the show to know exactly what the hell I'm talking about. Hey, if y'all don't know who Snatch Daddy is,
oh shit,
I don't know what to tell you. You got to go back.
to tell you, bro.
You got to go back there. Oh, I think a part that had us all was how do you accidentally have sex with 50 men?
Yeah,
accidentally.
It was an accident.
Right. We talked Shakira Richardson talking that shit to Usain Bolt. 7 reasons why you can lose the spark in your relationship. Go back and watch the show. Full episode will be out Monday morning, 10-ish. You know how we do.
We saving relationships around these parts. Watch the show.
We saving y'all.
Or destroying them, because the chick who fell on 50. I mean,
there's somebody out here listening right now. Like, damn, she living her best life. That should be me.
So I got to stop at 49. Yes, sis. 49 is the limit.
It's funny though. I'm still thinking about guy number 37. That's like, what is life right now? And now we are here. Oh, before we get into it, I got to give a special shout out to Alphonse from the page. I put up a picture of Eddie Murphy and Martin in their roles when they were doing, the movie Life. And I said, who are these two? Wrong answers only. Funniest answer gets the shout out. So Alphonse said, Old Dirty Bastards was the name of that's what he picked. So it was some good stuff on there. And thank you to everybody who participated. But my guy Alphonse, also a friend of the show, pulled up on us. The actual, he was a truck driver. Like
I think I had the funniest one. You just didn't want to shout me out. I get it, bro.
Did you have
what was yours? What was yours?
Oh, he disqualified mine. I had Tom and Jerry. He disqualified mine.
Oh, yeah, I said you didn't count. You don't count. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you don't count. Tom and Jerry was funny though, bro. But it wasn't funny than old Dirty Bastards.
Damn, I should put Ren and Stimpy.
Get that man his credit. All right, well, let's get started with this segment, fellas.
Hey.
So we're gonna let JD take this one over since he disagrees. But the best gift you can give your children is a happy marriage. JD, why you disagree with that so much, man?
Why do I disagree with that so much? Well, so because I do, nigga. That's why. End of story. Move on.
That's why. That's it.
Just because me personally, I mean, I feel like there's so much more that you can give your child. Not to say that giving them a happy marriage is not a very good gift, because that is an excellent gift. But I would think the gift of knowing oneself and as well as helping them achieve to be the best person they can be. I think that would be the best gift you can give a child person.
Yes. Dope answer.
Took my answer. But no, real talk. I don't discount giving a great marriage. That is a good thing. But the society we live now, giving our children the tool to become successful, this shit world that we have right now is probably the best gift that we can give them, which encompasses what Jay just talked about, becoming the best version of you, so that you don't fail out there. And in that, most cases, you're gonna get that person that to compliment you anyway, and that be your partner that you continue to go through life with. But I'm about leaving my children legacy from a financial standpoint, and the tools to continue that legacy so they can leave it for their children from a financial standpoint. All that other good shit will come along with it. They're gonna get all them good. They're gonna get the good marriages or not. Shit, maybe my child never gets married, but that motherfucker's still successful out in this world. Excuse the language. Sorry.
Excuse the language.
We lie.
You said
like, so what? Well, one thing I was thinking is like, okay, so you're in a happy marriage, but if you're not teaching your child anything, I mean, what are you really giving them? Yeah, you're happy within a marriage, but if you're not giving them no true life skills or anything like that, what are you really? I mean, what are you showing them?
There's plenty of happy marriages that have, spawned murderers, right? So I think it's more about the love that you give a kid. And say you're in a relationship and the marriage isn't working or whatever, you're better off showing your child what love actually looks like. And if it can't happen with that person, then that's not the person. You need to be happy to show them how to be happy. But I'd rather 100. Focus on showing them what love is, whether they go get married or have friendships or whatever later in their life, so they know what they're learning about, period. Not just, well, me and your mom had a happy marriage, so I guess you're good to go now.
Well, you're gonna have a happy marriage too. Yeah,
that's a really good marriage.
Hey, there you go. Hey. Nah, shit don't work like that, man.
How you feel on the topic?
That's for you, Demetri.
Well, Dane just said a lot just there, and so I agree with what he said, because it's more than just a happy marriage. You need life skills in order to make it in the world, just besides being happy. So,
right.
I agree.
I made the post, and again, like everything that I post, I don't necessarily agree with. I do think marriage is a great gift, a happy marriage. So you
absolutely
right. But no, I it's not the best. I personally think the best gift you can get your children is have them be financially stable. Like, you're no longer here in this world. Like, I'm a big proponent. I know Black people don't like to talk about it, but like life insurance, stuff like that. Like, I think your children, you setting your children up so they're able to get farther ahead in life than you got. I think that's
absolutely
kind of the best gift you can do that. And then it takes a lot to do that. And I think that having a nice, strong foundation with your partner, with your mate, is key to getting them there. But I don't think that's the best gift either.
Yeah. So, it also intertwines with the one post y'all. I think you posted a week or two ago with Jackie Chan.
Right. Yeah.
Not leaving his son the money.
Right.
If anything happened to him. So.
Jackie Chan, you crazy. I know you watch the show too. You crazy, bro. You crazy.
Hold on. So with that, why do you think Jackie Chan did that?
Well, he said because he wanted his son to be able to make his own money.
That's pretty.
He said if he can't make his own money, he's just gonna blow mine, and if he can, then he's gonna make money. So
blow my money, son. I'd rather my son blow it than to give it to some charity or foundation. They blow it. I work too hard, but you crazy? I'm every dime. Right. I don't give my bro. Enjoy. You must have had an enjoyable life blowing the money. Yeah.
So with that, I guess if I had to, with that in mind of what Jackie Chan said, that post there, maybe be a stipulation behind it. Like, I want my children to be successful with what I've taught them. Show me that you know how to do this. So maybe if they make it to a certain financial number, then you have my assets, because I know you know what you're doing now. Maybe that should do.
My goal has just been to give them a bag to fumble. Like, I don't know if this thing is going to do right with it or do wrong with it, but
see how you work with it.
If he's 40 years old and he telling somebody, yeah, my dad gave me a house when I turned 25, they should be like, wow, that's awesome. Or damn, what happened to it? Like if he fucks up, it should be everybody around should be like, yo, nigga, you fucked up.
Yeah.
You fumbled the bag. I need to give him a bag to fumble.
I got you.
Don't mean he gonna fumble it.
Don't mean he gonna fumble it.
Hopefully he doesn't. That
I'd rather you have a bag and fumble it than not to have a bag to fumble. Okay.
I like what you said though, CJ, as far as our kids doing better than we did. That's one my father gave me. Like my parents are divorced and they were gonna get a divorce, otherwise I was gonna kill them. Like y'all, if I gotta deal with this one more goddamn argument, I'm beating both y'all asses. So I wanted them to split and they needed that. But my father instilled that in me, and that's something that just it stuck with me. I tell my kids constantly because they're like, "Oh, Daddy, you're the greatest. Daddy, you're the best. No one's better." And I'm like, "No, that's a fucking lie. You will be better than me." I push them to be better than me. I tell them all my mistakes, my fuck ups. Like I keep it real with my kids. When I fuck up with their mom, I tell my son exactly how I fucked up with his mom, and don't do this way. You don't have to do this. You don't have to take this ass whooping. You're gonna take ass whooping in life, but you don't have to take this one. So.
All right. Well, this is something I've been looking forward to for
what, 3 days now?
Dame Dollar, the question of the day. So just to kind of give you context,
you don't know.
when we was putting our show together, Dame said, I have a question I want to ask you all. I want to ask it on live, and I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to ask because I don't want y'all to be prepared. So take it away.
All right. So I'm going to try to present the scenario for y'all real quick, and then I'm going to ask the question.
Frame it up, Dame. Frame it up.
Yeah, a little backstory. So I was talking to a coworker this week. We was talking about America. We was talking about capitalism, how shitty we are, how we have regular people that have like made their own space force and they go in outer space. And my coworker was talking about how if America or the human beings went to space, like we would be the aggressive asshole aliens that everybody sees in movies. Like we would be the ones out there destroying and killing shit, right? So came to if we found Martians or aliens on some other planet and they weren't technologically as advanced as us, my coworker saying, hey, we would probably take them over and use them as a labor force. And I asked him the question, well, if we found aliens somewhere else, how would you vote to use them as a labor force if it meant that you never had to work again? So whatever it is you want to do with your life, you can go do that with your life, spend time with your family. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Your life doesn't have to change because all of our work is being done by some alien labor force. Would you vote for it or against it?
Against it, me personally.
Okay, hold that. What else we got? Do we have anybody that would say for it? You don't have to have a job ever again. You on your farm, you got your crops, whatever it is you want to do. You got your boys in the backyard playing basketball, football.
It sounds a lot like what our people went through right here in the United States of America, huh?
Damn near.
So if I had a chance to put slavery on others, would I do it? So that you could live the life you want to live.
On aliens, yeah.
That's a tough ass question, bro.
It is. It is very.
You ain't got to work to pay the power bill.
I don't ever want to have to. Like, I want this to be my job. What we doing right here?
So okay. So if we had that alien labor force, then this would be your full time.
Do the aliens get benefits? Do they got health benefits and all that?
Do they get a livable wage? Do they get a livable wage?
Can the aliens live, Dave?
What's going on, Dale?
I mean, if those are the questions y'all have for the scenario, then ask them and we'll answer them.
Yeah, so I'm asking those questions. I'm legit asking those questions.
Do the aliens get a livable wage?
Yeah,
they're compensated. They can't be compensated too much. If we compensate them for doing the work and we're not doing the work, then we don't get the compensation, right? They're compensated. Like they don't have to worry about housing, food.
Just like when you were a slave,
they get health care. They get health care.
When you were a slave, you didn't have to worry about the master fed you. The master put the roof over your head. If you broke something, the master said,
ain't nobody getting whipped. Ain't nobody getting whipped and killed and lynched. Right. They work, they get whatever sustenance they need. The aliens, maybe they just need water. I don't know.
Was this a hostile takeover or would they like willingly like, hey, we'll do this for you? Like
it definitely wasn't them volunteering, but it was us. It was they're not as advanced as us. So it took a little convincing, but we're like, hey, we see that you guys struggle water is their resource. We see you guys struggle to get water. We got a whole planet full of this shit. We'll give you guys all the water you want to drink.
I'll do it.
If you come work for us, and then we'll give y'all water forever.
Yeah, we're helping the civilization. So yeah, I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? It's helping them live. I sure will. Yeah.
If there's zero, that's a tough one, man. If there's zero negative impacts to that culture from what we've done, it has to be zero negative impacts for me to agree with that. Because morally, that shit feels wrong. But
negative is relative. But I mean, they're like,
true.
Okay, so you watching Fox News telling the story, and Fox is like, look at these guys. They're big, they're strong, they're fucking built for this type of work. It's just the vote is coming up. Are you voting to have these workers, and we gonna, you know what I'm saying, we gonna get them the water they need? Or
oh my God, the reason that's difficult. So get them in the water they need. I'm all about that. But I guess you gotta. That's our story. That's why that's tough. That's our story. We were living our life. We had zero qualms with what was going on, but because you had something new and shiny that meant shit to us, y'all was like, well, we have this. Let me show you this. If you give us people to build our shit.
No, bro, they were beating our ass and killing our kids to force us to do what we did, bro. So that's
in some, yeah. Well, so there's
he go a shiny ass bullet in your ass.
We only beat the ones that get aggressive. Like, you know what I'm saying? If somebody's violent, obviously we have to take care of it, but we're only going to beat the ones that get aggressive. Or punish or discipline or whatever, however you put it.
I'm a vote. Listen, everything in me wants to say yes because I don't want to have to work anymore. Like, and I don't want my kids to have to work. I just want to like living life is something that I've always like just dreamed. Like, why the fuck do we have to go to work every day and bow down to the establishment and blah this, blah that? Like, I just want to be able to live my freaking life. But I would never, ever be comfortable with putting a race of people, other beings through anything close to what we went through. I couldn't do it. That's why I say no. I couldn't.
But if
I won't want to.
They definitely don't look like human beings though. Like they're like humanoid, 2 feet type shit, but they don't look like people. You can tell.
We got dogs in America. Dogs in America are more loved than black people, black men.
But we talking about aliens.
But that's what I'm saying. But so that's why I say, regardless if it doesn't look like, but me just personally, I could.
Right. Okay. Jay, what you got?
No, that's another question from the chat. Morgan said, "How do we get paid if we don't work?"
That was going to be my question too.
Okay, like, so
where do we get paid for them working?
Whatever the level of job is that you had, or the government. The government gives money to us as much as we need, or as much as we get a stipend. You get like. You get at least 200,000 a year. If you don't work, you get 200,000 a year.
So I could probably frame that even better. Y'all ever seen the movie The Host? Y'all ever seen that movie The Host? It's like one of those, I guess not. But in The Host, an actual group of aliens did come to Earth, took over, and we lived this like utopian life, right? You went to the grocery because we need money for food, we need money for shelter. So in this world, there wasn't money. You just went to the store, got what you needed, but people weren't greedy because the aliens were controlling them. So it was technically the aliens in humans' bodies. But because they didn't want to get things in abundance, or, like we go to the store now, for instance, goddamn pandemic, they grabbed all the fucking toilet paper. People couldn't get toilet paper. They didn't live like that. They would go and get what they need, and that was that. You never paid for anything. There was no utility bills. Lived in whatever houses, wherever. They just did shit, right? So if it was something like that, that's how I think we would have to, that's how it would be compensated. We just live. That's just it. Just live without greed.
So you could just live. So are you voting for the aliens to get to work?
So the only way I would vote for the aliens to work was if we went and landed and the aliens saw that we had water and they're like, hey, can we offer our services for this water? Not us forcing them, hey, we got water, we'll give it to you if you come work for us. If it was them volunteering themselves to come do it, then I could do it. But if it was the other way around, I could.
Well, they listen. The man is going to be able to show you a video that isn't voluntary. Okay, so let's assume you see that nice little piece of propaganda that you need.
Yeah.
Eric says yes on alien slaves.
No, don't you say that. No, Dane. It's called indentured servants.
Okay. Eric says yes on providing the much needed water. Demetri, you said no. Still?
I say no because because at the end of the day, if you force a a specific race or being to work for you. Eventually, someone's going to start a revolution.
How we paying them
now
water?
they're trying to.
They didn't have no water. We showed up. They was in the crevices, cracks, and caves of Mars looking for the last drip drop.
Were they dying?
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
some of them.
We're saving
at the same time, but if you're
them.
forcing them to work for us, and then
we're not forcing them. We're giving them water in exchange for their services. We're giving them shelter.
We're paying them. We're paying them.
I don't know.
We're paying them water for their labor. We're paying water for their labor. Morgan in the chat says yes.
Morgan says she's doing it. She said yes. Her vote is yes. Jay, what was your vote?
My vote was yes. You know, I was trying to be
your
the
vote
bad
was
guy,
yes.
but...
CJ, what was
he
your
was
vote?
yes off rip before he even had context.
No,
was like,
no. I asked the context. I asked what I needed.
As soon as Dave said it, he was like, yes.
Yes.
I asked what I need to ask, and he answered my question. Asked.
I don't care about none of that shit. I don't care if they get paid.
That's not really slavery. It's not really slavery then. That's what I be incorrect in saying. That's probably like the best form of capitalism.
I mean, and not even if we can take it even off of slavery. I kind of take it as like this is what how billionaires roll. Like
that's what I was just saying. That's what they
have, and I personally feel like people. I mean, I ain't hard working all that, but like holding all that wealth up the top and having people struggling. Nah, I'm not with it, bro. Nah, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do it.
So CJ said no. Jay said yeah. Demetri said no.
This is
EP
a tough
said
fucking answer. Yeah.
Morgan said yeah.
And what do you say, Dane?
But my greedy ass, I probably do it straight up. It's slavery, y'all. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's slavery.
How is it slavery? We're paying them. Slaves didn't get paid. Slaves only they got
food and shelter, my nigga.
But that food and shelter was bullshit. Like they was
okay, and the water here ain't.
But to them, they don't have it at all. Shit.
You've had conversation like the world we live in. We're slaves in this society. Like we got to go to work
right now. Shit.
Yeah, exactly. So like I couldn't. I couldn't do it, bro. Like
so basically, what you're saying is
morally, I couldn't live with it. Like I wouldn't be able to enjoy it just morally.
And that's I think that's
so
the point
you
right there.
Be able to enjoy an acre of land with your own basketball court on it. And you got your boys out there running sprints.
I mean, I'm gonna have a good
shots.
Listen, okay, if we all vote and I vote no, and y'all vote yes, and it just so happens to happen.
Okay, if you vote no, you don't get none of the benefits.
Ooh.
If you vote no, you don't get none of the benefits.
If you vote no, if you vote that you didn't want to be a part of the program, then you're not a part of the program.
Oh, well, yeah.
Oh, so CJ would be forced into it because you already know the majority of the population is definitely going to take a yes on that.
Because it's taking, basically, you're trading. This is just a cleaner way of doing it. But right now in this world, the billionaires are created us as slaves so that they don't have to live the lives that we live. Right. We're doing that same concept to this species. We're trading our slavery for their slavery. We, the people up top,
that's it.
To be. They're still getting compensated. They're getting compensated.
Nigga, you're getting compensated.
I'm getting compensated. I'm a compensated slave right now. No. They'll be a compensated slave. So I get to put on the shoes of a billionaire and we're saving this race. And they're being compensated very well. I'm also being compensated very well.
This is our ticket to the island, baby.
I'm down
now
for
I
it.
have another question about that. Now, will everybody be on the same level of pay when it comes to us as being a human race?
If you choose, like, say you just don't want to get the free money, say you still want to work or whatever, you can make more, or you could have more if you chose to work harder. Yeah, you could have more. I don't think we should eliminate
we need money though.
Whatever it is. Whatever it is some type of currency is going to evolve, right?
It should.
Some type
and that's
of
why
something.
I wish I had watched that movie. If we lived in a world where currency didn't matter and it was just more, I think CJ, we've talked about it before. Maybe it's trading skills for skills.
Okay, so some things would have to be limited,
put
right?
Our faith in the dollar.
You can't just take unlimited flights all over the place because somebody got to pay for this shit. We don't have money for everybody to be on flights all the time now. So maybe you're allotted 5 flights a year, and if you want more flights than that, then you gotta.
That's the level of
you
control.
can do some type of work, right?
Who flying the plane though? Is the alien?
My alien just had a baby. Here you go.
The alien could be flying a plane.
I was gonna say alien. They're a labor force. That's
they're a labor force. They flying the plane. They checking the bags.
So you better treat them right. You better be giving them all the water they want. They gonna got the
and that's the thing. And that was the thing.
Okay, but look at it this way, though, right? Look at it this way. If you were that person that, damn, I always wanted to be a pilot. If you get free, unlimited money, or you don't have to worry about other things, you could become a pilot. So maybe Eric is flying the plane
for free.
He's living out his dream. He wants.
It's funny because I already got
about the right. It's not about the compensation. It's about being able to do it. Yeah, somebody still wants to be an architect.
What y'all gonna do when them aliens start uprising on y'all ass? Like how we
nigga, you just voted yes.
How we should go get billionaires? We don't.
We're gonna suppress it. We're gonna suppress it.
What's gonna happen is eventually us compensating them with water, they're gonna become more stable. They're gonna start thinking, why the fuck do I need to keep doing this?
No, but look, but it doesn't matter what they think
cut
about
the water supply.
The deal was exactly.
So then they're gonna get angry. That's where the revolt comes.
We're gonna give y'all the water for the labor. This is the deal we struck. They don't get to uprise. If they uprise, it better be to go to the motherfucking tap and get some more water. That's what the motherfucker rise up for.
Then you
this is a phenomenal question,
man. You sounding real Willie Lynch's over there.
Y'all all voted for it. What are we talking about?
I'm not arguing against it.
No.
I'm not arguing against it.
Okay, CJ, you said you got to vote, nigga.
I said no.
No, but you're not getting none of the benefits.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I'll just.
Then CJ gonna rise up with him.
If I could continue just living my life like how it is, like now, yeah, definitely, yeah, fuck that.
Good.
Yeah, I'm not enslaving no people.
They not taking the water, Jennifer. We got the guns. They didn't come over here with guns. We got the guns.
They probably came here acting dumb, like they don't have the resources. But then, boom! All of a sudden, now they don't took over.
So we should just
working for them.
Let's open the borders up
all over again.
So, Demetri, you still vote no?
I still vote no.
Okay. I offered him the pilot job. He said he didn't want to fly a plane. So I don't
because somebody got to train them for one.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know what though?
There's somebody that likes doing that though. There's somebody that loves being a pilot instructor.
Now, if you said we got we done built some robots or some shit, and the robots are going to do all the work.
Nah, them niggas. They will uprise. They will uprise.
Yeah, this motherfucker tried to make Skynet right now.
Yeah, Legion is
right. Them cats are the ones who's gonna uprise on us.
Hell yeah.
Computers and machines are taking jobs anyway. So again, if we gonna have a slave force, I'd rather it be machines.
No, CJ, you said it. The machines are taking over jobs anyway, right? So there's so much shit we can automate.
Let me live.
Labor, physical labor is about all that's left anyway. So why not have somebody else step in and do all the physical labor for us?
I want to do the same scenario that you gave us. Take out the aliens and put it in with robots. No, I'm down for that.
No.
Who's gonna keep the upkeep on the robots?
Who's gonna keep the upkeep on the aliens?
They upkeep themselves.
We have government. We have so there was still
the government then.
The Space Force, my nigga, the Space Force.
It's not like everybody's just always at home now because aliens, nigga. There's still a government. People still have to do stuff. So some people are still gonna have extra benefits. Instead of the 5 flights, maybe they get 10 because they work for the government and keeping track of the aliens or whatever. Like there's still ways you could work.
I got you.
CJ, you say no.
Yeah, I'm not doing it. No. I would want to. I'm not gonna lie and say I don't want to. I would love that, but I couldn't. Yeah, I just morally.
It's gonna pull at you. If you're a decent person, it's gonna pull at you morally a little bit on them strings.
I actually appreciate you not asking this yesterday because I would have been up all night thinking about this shit.
That's why I didn't. That's exactly why I didn't say it ahead of time.
I would have been tossing and turning like, because then like when I say I vote no, right, and then I'm looking at y'all enjoying life, I'll be pissed.
And you can't have like you don't get none of that access.
I'll be mad too.
I'll be mad
when they start uprising. Then I'll be like, well, y'all know I ain't have y'all.
We will suppress it. Y'all worried about? Look, we found these niggas in the crack of a cave of Mars. What they gonna uprise?
I mean, but when they uprise, they still gonna come after y'all too, because y'all just because y'all not getting the money, y'all still enjoying the free labor.
I'm the one who gonna go tell them, be like, look, I'm gonna go with this right here with my jug. And I'm gonna say, why y'all working like this? Why we working like this?
Right.
Why we gotta work like this?
Bro,
You see what the-
came in with the
So,
water.
hey, catch a Freeman ass over here.
Right. About to start the revolution.
That thing, catch a Freeman.
Listen,
That's so
bro.
fucking loaded. Dang, that was a loaded ass question, bro.
that was some good stuff.
That's basically our story. Just
It was the question I asked the coworker, and then I'm like, well, I would say yes. He would still say no. He would say no, and he would have like 4 aliens living in his garage.
Jen had a great one. She said, if we had no recollection, if we didn't know about morals, if throw morals out of the thing, she was like, hell yeah. But if we looking at what's happened like in real life, then
yeah. It's hard to do that being from. Now, what's funny is I wish we could have the perspective of someone who's already on top. And like truly, I put money on it. If it had been someone who is outside of our normal working society, they're the ones doing the worker bees like ourselves. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure their perspective would be hell yes without a question.
Hell yeah. You got motherfuckers who can afford to go to space. If you believe in that shit, you can afford to go to space, but you got people who work for you who can't feed their family. You got money to get on a rocket ship and take your ass off the planet. And you got people who work at your company who can't go to the grocery store and afford food to feed the family.
Well, hold on.
Let's change
that, because I think anyone that works for that company that's actually putting them folks in space, they good. They all getting livable wages. But to that context, let's say Home Depot. The head of Home Depot can afford to go to space, but then some of his employees in the Home Depot stores can't afford to eat.
Like we can go Walmart, the Walton crews.
They can't afford to build a clubhouse.
They can afford to do whatever they want. Mm-hmm. They can afford. They live life, and they got people who can't. I don't know. It'll make me. I would eventually I couldn't do it.
So y'all motherfuckers not gonna let me retire.
No, you can.
That's
retire.
what I heard.
No, you can retire, man.
You can retire, Dan. You can pick it. You know what?
I'm gonna be there.
What up, Ush?
I'm just not gonna be as happy as you are, Dame. I'm gonna be sad thinking about what I did to these people, did to this race as I'm retired. That's what I would be doing.
Yeah, gonna smoke away the worries.
Exactly, right there with you on the acre. My acre gonna be next to your acre, next to Denny's acre. We all gonna have.
I'm gonna be
as sad as a motherfucker.
While voting no, I'm gonna be the angriest motherfucker ever. When I'm voting, I'm gonna be so mad. Oh, I'm gonna be so mad.
Well, CJ
can still have his acre. He'll be next to us in his acre. He gonna have to work for his while we sitting there. When he get home,
he don't get no benefit.
Come kick it in the backyard with us.
Hey, good luck getting a job, nigga, because the aliens is doing all the good ones for free.
No, you told me I could continue my life as is. That's what you said.
As is.
Yeah.
I hope you don't get priced out the market. You ain't say I was losing
my job. Now, if I ain't got no job, I can't.
Hope you don't get priced out the market.
What I look like now? If my livelihood is on the line, and
you could probably be the trainer. You could probably be the manager at that point.
Because
somebody got to teach them how to do the job.
They're gonna find someone who could do your same job but for less. So why we need this cat?
That's why he would have to be the manager.
At the water fountain.
So y'all moving the goalposts. I see.
No, you just didn't see the whole picture. You was looking at the wall.
You told me
the whole time.
You said I keep my life right now. I keep the same job, just same life.
Yeah.
But no, if I can't keep my same life, it's like, all right, bro, if you don't vote yes, what are you gonna do?
No, you would still have to work. You would still have to work the same job as you got it now.
Hey, so I just saw a comment from the CEO of this fine podcast. He said, F them Gators today. Put your money where your mouth is, boy. I got $20 on them Gators. Shout out college football.
I'm waiting to see the comment. You got to accept or decline. Mm. Yeah, no, you working at the same pay. You're not getting no more extra money. You working at the same pay, Morgan.
Yeah, I mean,
but in that society, we probably don't have the bills the same too. Like shit changes. All that changes for us if we have an entire labor force and we're paying them in water. Our stuff goes down.
Listen. Yeah, I changed it up because CJ was trying to vote no and take his moral stand and still get all the free shit. So I say your life don't change if you say no. They gonna be floating down the river talking about I voted no.
I voted no. Right. I'll be happy than the motherfucker. So I'll be like, I ain't vote for this, but I'm enjoying this motherfucker. Oh shit. Nah. I'm going to enjoy it.
Hey, that's all black people with these stimmy checks. Fuck Biden, but I'll take that check though.
Yeah, damn, dude.
That wasn't no deal. Nigga, that's stimmy check. That's our money, bro. That's all you did was give me back my money that I don't put into the system. I don't want to hear that.
Okay, what if you had to take the jab to get the stimmy check?
Hold on, bro. You bringing up a totally different.
If I had to take the jab to get tax money that I pumped into the system back, no.
So let's hold on. So you
can't pay me, bro.
No, you ain't got to take it to get your taxes. You got to take it to get the stimmy. I'm not talking about the one that's in advance on next year. That's a stupid thing to do, in my opinion.
I agree.
Well, shit. What if they hit us with that? What if?
No, that's opening up a whole nother gateway. And if we're gonna take,
you got to get a jab. What if you got to get a jab to vote yes?
No,
what if you got to get a jab to get your money? Yeah,
you have to get a jab to live. Yes, you have to take the vaccine to be able to work, to be able to get a paycheck, to be able to go to the grocery store.
Well, that's what it is right now. They're
not yet.
That.
Not to that level. Not to that level. Not yet. Not yet. It's but that from a biblical, we talked about this earlier in the show. How religion was one of the worst inventions created. In that religion, they consider in Revelations, in Christian,
the mark of the beast.
The mark of the beast, right? The mark of the beast.
And that was you were always hesitant about voting for Biden because you were like, what if this brings on the mark of the beast?
I've always said that. I said we were gonna run from one. I'm gonna run from Trump because we thought he was so bad. And they said that the dragon in the scriptures or whatever, it says the dragon will herald the coming of the devil, and it would be us running from the dragon into the arms of the devil. And then this shit happens with this is my conspiracy theory. We have a little live conspiracy theory going on. It's not actually
conspiracy in the building.
But no, what if you're in a situation, us as a people, they truly fuck all the US mandates. This shit gets world mandated that you cannot eat, you cannot go to the grocery store, you are not allowed to work, you're not allowed to basically live unless you have the vaccine. You get it.
So I don't think this gets to that point because there's I don't know where I gotta choose my words. I don't think this gets to that point because we have enough angry folks in America with weapons that ain't going for that. And there's some countries that are just like Afghanistan already said they're not getting the jab, they don't need it, they're not COVID's not a thing there for them apparently. So I don't think it could get to that extent, but I see your point, and we're already trending in that direction.
Yes. So what happens if we get to a point where they're trying to pass these gun laws here in the US, right? Where they're basically saying you can't have this type of weapon, you can't have this type of weapon. Then they just start taking weapons, period. They did it to was it Cuba?
There's some type of weapons we shouldn't have.
I agree.
Like regular people on the street shouldn't have a lot of the shit that we can have in America. The reason we have more gun violence than everyone else is because we have more guns than everyone else. I'm not saying take the guns away. I own some myself.
Yes.
But no, we have way too many people with guns.
You can buy a tank and a bazooka. Why do you need as a person? And you don't
also Eric us challenges what you said. He said the beast has nothing to do with America. Pump your brakes. So America's a giant problem, but they are not the eye of revelation at all.
No, not saying they were. I'm saying from just the totality perspective of what we were just talking about as far as being able to survive. Would you get, if this was a scenario where you either had to get a shot or you can't live as a person, would you do it?
You would have to.
But there's a lot of people who say they wouldn't. My mother being one of them. She's like, no, I'm not doing it. If we're talking from a mark of B standards, that's what she would say.
Y'all would be the sewer society. Y'all would be the folks that come up out the sewers to snatch some of the bread off the table and then run back to the sewers.
Demolition man. We'd be the demolition man. The folks.
I'd be a Ninja Turtle.
All right, down the table.
Me too, nigga, because they bald.
Would you do it?
Are you right? You already halfway there. Right?
Would you take the shot to live, or would you stand by? No, I don't want this in me, and let you and your family would have to eventually perish because I can't survive.
No. If it and it would have to come down to something like that. Yeah, I would get it at that point. Mm-hmm. If it's like I can't once it impedes my ability to take care of my family, then I got to do what I got to do.
That's how they pushing it with the jobs now.
Right. I mean,
They're trying to,
it is what it is. And and with them doing that, it makes me even more hesitant. It makes me trust even less. But I digress.
Sure. What about you, Demetri? How you feel about
it? I do feel that way. But at the same point of me feeling that way, I already done stepped back and got part of it anyway. So
okay. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, you gotta do.
Do what you feel is best for you, bro.
Right.
That's all you can do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Your body, your choice. But if we're gonna start mandating stuff, let's mandate healthy lifestyles.
This guy.
Let's throw it in there.
Let's snack that in more gym time and drink your water.
They not gonna mandate that shit. It don't make them money enough. Come on now.
True.
It don't make them enough money.
Y'all got anything else?
Nah.
I think we did it again, fellas. Fantastic show. Ladies and loyals, thank you for pulling up.
Usher's asking some questions. Usher's actually running around some questions.
Says we don't care about them. We don't care about them taking jabs to protect our freedoms, do we?
Because military has to take at least 5 jabs before every deployment. He was saying.
He's got a point.
Yeah.
I think more so with the COVID vaccine, it's just been the messaging and the rollout. And we all watched that same video, right? But if you can see that there's a motive for something to be negative, then they just have to explain away. I know it looks bad, guys, but hear me out, and then just actually have the conversation.
Right.
I don't like to be told, especially as a grown ass man, I don't like to be told what I am and what I'm not gonna put in my body. Like
true shit. How many vaccines have y'all had though?
All of them that you're supposed to. Everybody that went through public school, you got all
of my vaccines, all of them. And I
think
that doctor just said it best. With us being there's so much, we have access to so much more now than we did then. We can make there may be uninformed decisions. Well, we feel they're informed. They may be uninformed from a scientific standpoint, but we have access to so much. A lot of people can create their own narratives.
So how long do you think before you're vaccinated, or the majority of people that are not vaccinated are vaccinated? Because I have a time frame, I believe.
I said maybe 2 years.
I think within 12 months. I think within a year, everybody who's vaccine hesitant, blah, blah, blah. I think we're going to be at 90% accepting of everybody's got to get their jabs.
So is this an artificial? So you're talking about actually getting the vaccine, or are you talking about now?
No, I'm talking about actually getting the vaccine. I think people are going to accept it pretty soon.
Okay.
They're going to have to do some hella convincing for me, boy. Hella convincing.
I mean,
it's literally, you're gonna have to force me. Like,
why?
It's nothing you're gonna be able to tell me.
Why?
So that's what I was gonna ask you is what
I don't trust Big Pharma.
Okay.
I don't trust the government.
So if there were vaccine options, if there was something that wasn't Big Pharma from America, you wouldn't take it?
Say it again?
If it didn't come from US.
Say, okay, like the majority of vaccines in real life, the majority of vaccines come from India. If there was a vaccine that came from India that was normal, natural, blah, blah, blah. If you had options to pick from, you wouldn't.
If I had options for like the different.
Yeah.
We talked
about
this
just saying,
before.
so what is your reason for saying no, you don't want to be vaccinated against COVID?
I trust I just don't trust what's in that syringe.
What if they explain to you what's in it?
We talked about it. You are a believer in vaccinations.
I mean, you can. I am a believer in vaccinations. Like we got vaccinations have done wonders for the world. Like I'm not an anti-vaxxer, but this is like, even look at the definition of a vaccine. Like this is not it's a jab. It's a shot. It's not a vaccine. It's not. I can still get COVID.
Well, they moved that goalpost on you.
I can still die from COVID. I can still give someone COVID if I get the vaccine. Like, so it's. Now, if you told me this vaccine is going to prevent you from catching COVID, or it'll prevent you from spreading COVID, it'll prevent you 100% from dying of COVID, then you would be a fool not to take it. But
there's not a vaccine on this planet that does that, though.
I'm not saying he shouldn't be hesitant, or there aren't doctors and nurses that are against it.
You don't. If you get vaccinated for chickenpox, you will not get the chickenpox.
Sure. If you get the flu vaccine, you might get the flu.
Yep.
But there are different strands of flu, right? And I don't get the flu vaccine either. And I'm not telling somebody don't get the flu.
But there's also different strands of COVID. There's different strands of corona.
Right. Exactly. So again, that the flu, like you're not forced to take the flu shot. You're not going to lose your job if you don't take the flu shot. Like, because people say, well, I can still get the flu, and that's just accept.
It's because of the mortality rate of the flu is so low.
No, it's not. The flu still kills, bro. A lot of.
I'm not saying it doesn't. No, I said it's just lower. I'm just saying it's lower. It still kills. It still can kill you, but it's just lower than what.
Alien workforce.
I can understand what people. Workforce. I can understand why people want to get the vaccine. Like I do. I get it. Yeah. It's just they're gonna have to make me do it. They're gonna have to
October 2022.
If you don't take it, you're gonna lose your job. You're not gonna be able to provide for your family. That's when all right. Well, now you're forcing me. Then I'll do it. But I have to be tied down and forced. It just is what it is.
I think to Dame's point, if there was a
be power bottle,
something outside of the U.S. where it wasn't so money and politically motivated, and there were more of the natural course of the vaccine versus this technology that's only been around 50 years, I think mRNA has been around. So it doesn't have a track record like most of the other vaccines and inoculations that we take. I think if something came out a little more traditional, that would be more accepted. I wouldn't think twice about it.
But you gotta just go when we get off the show, go in your kitchen, pull out a box of cereal, and read that shit that's in the ingredients on the box.
TJ, you have to determine, regardless of the ingredients, you have to determine your why. You seem like you're not taking it because you've decided not to take it, and it's only based on that you ain't doing it.
I'm not saying you don't trust the government.
I'll say it again very slowly. I'm not taking it because it's not guaranteed to stop me from getting COVID. It's not guaranteed to stop me from spreading COVID. And it's not going to guarantee to prevent me from dying of COVID. That's why I'm not taking it. I just gave you 3 reasons why I'm not taking it.
That was 4, I think. I think it was 4.
It could be. But no, so I have made a decision not to take it. Like I take my health very seriously.
Okay, so what if the vaccine was the best way, which it is, to prevent long COVID? So even if you got COVID, you're not going to get the long COVID symptoms. Exponentially less likely.
I take my chances, bro. I'm good.
So I have a friend who had COVID, and before he didn't have asthma. Now he swears he has asthma. I think he just has long COVID, but he's got an inhaler, et cetera, et cetera. Sometimes he'll be driving down the road and lose his ability to take in a breath to the point that he has to pull over and he's going to crash. So that's just one of the things. This is one long COVID symptom.
Right. But then again, the vaccine it's not 100% guaranteed.
No. But if it reduces your opportunity or ability to get long COVID, that doesn't.
Then we can play. Then we, if we want to get into reducing, then we could get it. Like you got to open up the can of worms, like everything. Cancer. If you don't eat certain foods, it reduces this. But we still we want to eat. Again, it's my body.
Hold on. With that, so I'll go back to saying, as we did before when we discussed this, cancer is a completely different beast when it comes to something that can be, you have no control over contracting. I can control what goes in my body as far as food or the habit that I do to produce cancer.
COVID numbers are going. The COVID numbers, even though more and more people getting vaccinated every day, but the numbers continue to rise. They told us last year that it was going to take a week or 2 to flatten the curve or some shit. And look what we
actually from the Delta variant. It is the curve is going down from the Delta variant.
Then you start taking this. Then the Omega variant gonna come out. They haven't even figure this shit out before you demand I take something put in my body that obviously ain't working like they thought it was gonna work.
Now, what if they came out and told you, hey, you know what, this one is less effective? As it turns out, as the numbers are saying, they can't front on it, right? However, we have a different vaccine that is more. So you mean to tell me if somebody sat down and had the conversation and answered the questions that you have, you would still just be like, nah. If whatever question you had, if an educated person answered it, you would still just be like, nope.
So you can get any scientist or doctor you want, and they can give me all the stats and numbers, and I have 3 simple questions. Can I still get COVID? Can I die of COVID? Can I spread it?
Yes, you can contract it. You're far less likely to die from it.
But yes.
No, I'm telling you how they're going to answer your question, though.
Nothing's 100%. Nothing's 100%. There's nothing perfect.
If that's the case, then I'll just go off my immune system. Thanks. And if something,
you already got vaccines in your immune system. You already have vaccines.
I don't have that one, sir.
No, you don't have that one. No, but you can still. Do you realize? it would be very
But
hard.
you're talking about
No, we did
You're
not.
talking about
I was
vaccines
about to say no.
that have been around.
We didn't talk about that.
Ush,
You're
we were
talking
trying to
about
talk about
vaccines that have
aliens.
been
I don't know
around
what
for
happened.
decades, bro. You're not talking about something that was invented. They say a year.
I was
Now,
talking about aliens.
if they was the lights come out and say, you know what, we saw this coming 15 years ago, and this vaccine been in the works 15 years running. We got trials and everything. We know what's gonna happen if you're a pregnant woman. What's gonna happen to your child 30 years down the line, like they do for polio vaccines, like they do for chickenpox, like they do for all the other vaccines in the world.
So if there was a vaccine based on that same technology as polio, chickenpox, and everything else that you just labeled, when they know what the outcome or the effects are over time, you taking that?
If
he has basically said yes.
How did we get on this topic?
I don't know. I want to talk about aliens.
I really forgot. How did we get here?
I don't know. I really forgot. It's probably my fault. It's probably my fault.
No, that was my fault.
The stimmy. You get the jab to get the stimmy check. That's my fault. I fucked up. My bad.
When you're the best show not on earth, you don't have to stay on topic, bro.
No, I was really trying to like follow the trail. I really don't remember how we got here. I was like, damn.
I was on my barber.
We was about to hop off the live. Next thing I know, it's another 30 minutes.
All right,
the show was over.
My fault. Our fault.
We're gonna try this again.
I love politicking with y'all brothers, though, man. I love politicking.
Ladies and lords, we appreciate you jumping in the comments. Appreciate you pulling up. Make sure you like and share the video.
Nino just got in there.
Man, tell Nino. Yeah, Nino got in there. Pause.
Yeah.
Hey, Nino.
Hey,
I'm gonna put the same effort in the sports show for next week that you did for today, for this show. Nino. So shout out.
The alien workforce is gonna take your job. They gonna fill in. Don't worry about it.
Shout out, fellas. Shout out to our guest.
That's CJ on the sports show,
up, bro.
Absolutely, Demetri, man. It's a pleasure.
We had a blast, fellas. I think we got another one in the books.
Hold on. Put a little music on for it. All right, fellas. I need the congregation to repeat after me. So, weed is good.
Weed is good.
Weed is good all the time.
Weed is good all the time.
All the time, weed is good.
All the time, weed is good.
Can I get a gram?
A gram.
Let the congregation say a gram.
A gram.
All right, let's get this shit started off right, people. Let's go.
Let the congregation say, not for 5 of them.
Hey, that's how you start the Sabbath right there, brother.
Yes, sir. I think that has to be an everyday thing, every episode.
5, 3, 2, 1.
This is one of my favorite